putting in a new boiler. So it says to the apprentice, go through to the bathroom and bleed the air off the pipes, just make sure we can get the boiler to fire and stuff. The apprentice comes back through and he's like, hey, I've got the hot water tap opening, I've got the toilet, seems to be making a noise. And I'm like, what do you mean the toilet's making a noise? Like, there's nothing wrong with the toilet, we never about with the toilet, so what's wrong with the toilet? It's like, no, it seems to be whistling. And I'm like, right, okay, cool. So heads through and puts my hand inside the toilet in the tank, and I'm like, that's the weirdest thing. It's making a noise and it's filling up with hot water. And I'm like, what the is going on here? So I then gets my thermometer out my bag and it goes and puts it in, and there is 120 degree water running into the toilet tank. And I'm like, this is like the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. So anyway, we speaks to the customer, and the customer's like, well, that's funny, he says, because the kids go down into the basement bathroom and they play their games, they do the online game and stuff, and the boys will be there with their friends and stuff, and they'll use that bathroom, he says. So my little boy and my other little boy were fighting with each other, you know, and I'm like, what the is going on here? Why are you fighting with each other? He says, because he keeps pissing on the toilet seat. Oh, that explains it. So the moisture was coming into the toilet, it was running up underneath the seat and condensating on the seat, toilet seat. So the person thought that somebody was pissing all over the toilet seat, when it turned out it was actually hot water that was going into the toilet, you know. So, like, and that was professionally done by a professional plumber when the house was built, you know. Well, it's probably going to degrade the parts inside the toilet. And then you're going to find that the toilet's going to be difficult to clean because you've got hot water going into it, and then you've got more bacteria breeding in it and stuff like this, you know. And if you've got an old hot water tank, you're probably going to have a bit of rust going into the tank, into the toilet as well, which is going to give you iron stains on the inside of the tank and different things like that. So it's not how it should be done. In life, when you're sitting on the toilet, always keep your arse out of the hot water.